Hi there, fight fans. My name is Kian Lang, and I'm very happy to say that I'm joined by Octagon lightweight George Staines, fresh off a big win at Octagon 71. How are we doing today, mate?
Yeah, I'm not too bad, mate. Thank you. Just chilling really since the win. Not been doing too much. A bit bored really, but other than that, I'm all good.
How's the body feeling? Got out of it okay, injury free?
Yeah, so first I didn't get hit.
Yeah, I know.
Didn't get so face and brain is sound. Body's a little sore, but other than that, completely fine.
And when you look back on the performance, it was, I thought, a really clean win. Showed a lot of improvements to your game. How happy were you with it?
On the night I was happy. A little now I'm not disappointed. Like you said, it was very clean. Like I don't think in terms of like decision wise, I don't think it could have been much better.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? Like, but I'm watching it back. I'm like, I probably could have finished him three or four times. Looking back, but like again, you can see the improvements. Whereas like at least I'm like the finishes like that you could the potential for the finishes. Whereas before it was more just like I'm punching them and nothing's happening. Whereas now, you know, like there's you can see that like the finishes are going to start coming soon.
definitely. And when you look at those improvements, especially in the striking, like you say there, do you put that down to the fact that you're now having these full camps with next gen rather than moving back and forth between Hull and Liverpool? How much help does that give you to be able to do that?
Yeah, it's a massive help really. Like obviously like sometimes I'd maybe like miss the Monday morning and maybe miss the Friday morning, but like in the course of over 2 weeks, over a week, sorry, that's 2 hours that you're not striking. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So then you put that in a month, that's 8 hours. And do you know what I mean? So like, it's a lot of hours that you're missing when when you look at it from like the perspective of a week, it's not really a big deal. Or you know, like maybe 2 weeks, but when it was like every camp, like 8 weeks, you know what I mean? It's
yeah,
64 hours. No, it's not. Yeah, it's something like that. I don't know. It's a lot of hours that you're missing of tech, and you can see that. And again, I spent a lot of time with Ellis, Rim, and then you know to improve my striking. It's been a long time coming, really, but it's just like this is the fight where it's just managed to come out. Do you know what I mean? Like
yeah,
my striking's been improving loads. But like event was like saying to me before, like this is like the most reactive you've been in terms of your striking. And again, I feel like striking is a lot of reaction. Do you know what
yeah.
I mean? So like you could that like I said, it's just little bits like that ever improving. And again, it's just the amount of time spending in the gym. I'm there every day, do you know. So it's
Yeah.
impossible not to get better.
And being in that environment with such high level guys, especially in your division, guys like Paddy, obviously Shem, who had a big win as well. Do you feel like
Yeah.
sometimes the fight is almost the easy bit, and going through those training camps with guys at that level is almost the hardest bit of the fight?
Yeah, yeah. Like I've had much harder rounds in the gym than that fight.
Yeah,
No, like disrespect to Nafuk or Hafini. No, I mean no disrespect by saying that, but it's just the truth. Like we have much tougher rounds in the gym. Like you say, Shem, Paddy, Cullen, even like some of the lesser known guys like Chris Price, Yusuf, and like Luke. Obviously, he's a weight category below, but it still doesn't mean he's any less of a round. Like
yeah,
it's just still going to be a tough round if you can't take him down. You know.
yeah.
um. So literally, it's impossible not to get better when you're in such an environment such as next gen.
And with the fight specifically, was there anything that surprised you about Nafuka? It seemed like you had the better technique in the grappling a lot of the time, and you got the position, but then he was that strong that it seemed hard to get him down and keep him there.
Yeah, it was very strong. It was very, very strong. A lot more. It was more of his like explosiveness, whereas like it being like certain positions, yeah, and then like where I'm like usually I'm like pretty comfy, and it just like go, I want to stand up now, and stood up. Like, do
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It seemed like it might not have been like that, but it definitely just seemed like, oh, I want to stand up now. I'm up. But maybe like that's to me maybe rushing a couple decisions, you know, not like maybe settling on when especially when I'm on top. Like in the first round where I drop him with that knee.
yeah,
Like if I'd have just mounted him, I stay with the wizard and his legs aren't even up to stop me from mounting him. So I'm like, if I'd have just mounted him, I could have 12-6 elbowed him and probably finished the fight there. But I didn't, and again, that's all little little minute details that I can take to the next fight.
Yeah.
But as long as I'm like I'm everyone, it doesn't really even matter if people don't think I'm getting better because I am getting better. But again, it's just nice to be able to show the progress.
I
But
think
again,
it's
like I
pretty.
said, it was very strong. Sorry, I just
Yeah.
completely cut you off there.
No, 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 no. I did. I think it's pretty clear to see the progress from fight to fight. When you look back to like even the Thomas Saganic fight, which you
Yeah,
won. I mean, the third round, obviously, there were a lot of
one of the
critics about
best.
it.
Yeah,
But then coming on from then, the Jakob Takota fight and now Nafuka, both third rounds, you've dropped them, you've dominated them, you've won the round. I think it's pretty clear to see that progress. And speaking of next, is there an opponent that you'd like in particular? Is there a date?
I want to be as active as possible. So like the thing is, I wanted to like originally I wanted to fight Topolai.
Yeah,
Like this was back in March because that was the first name I got given in the new year. I was like, boss is quite a big star in Octagon. You know, 30,000 followers. He fought on was it the Prague card in the big
I
stadium?
think, yeah, I think
Do you know what
so.
I mean? It's a big name. Do you know what I mean? And then he turned me down. I'm just like, and then I got given Robin Frank, turned me. Been given so many names who've turned me down. It's just like, well, at this point, just give me someone who's going to say yeah. Like, don't even come to me with someone that's potentially going to say no, because
Yeah,
like it's just because I'm getting ready for someone, and then they're going to say no, and like it's not like I'm getting the no straight away. I'm getting the no 2 weeks after they've been given. So like,
yeah,
I said, oh, you've got Adrian on top of eye. Oh yeah, because I'll be honest, I've never said anyone down. You're fighting Adrian on top of eye. Oh yeah, I'll fight him. I'm like, okay, is the fight confirmed? Is the fight confirmed? 2 weeks later, he said no. I'm just like, I've just spent the last 2 weeks getting ready for this guy. Do you know what I mean? Now we
yeah,
have to fight someone completely up. I like, and I'm a fighter. I don't, you know, I'll fight anyone. I don't mind. But it's just like, if you're gonna say no to me on the day, or you know, uh, maybe not on the day, but have a night's think on it and say yes or no. But in
yeah.
my head, if you need that much time to say yes or no to an opponent, maybe fighting's not for you.
Yeah, I agree. And when you look at your career, it's amazing to think that A, you're only 24 years old, and B, you're fighting guys at the level of Nafuka, of Dakota, and you've had 6 pro fights. I
Yeah,
mean, when you think about that, do you just think you're more pro ready thanks to, I mean, you look at like your amateur career, the IMMAF European Championships, where you fought 4 times in 4 days. How much do you look back on experiences like that, and how much help do you think that gives you now?
I think it gives me a lot of help because I don't think you're gonna get, especially at my level, many. Well, it's showing what I'm able to do so early on in my career.
Yeah,
Like I'm fighting like really a 5-0 guy should never really be fighting a 10-2 kid. Like so I was literally saying it the other day to someone. I think it was my dad. So Chikota, his last 2 fights before me were both main events, and they were both title fights. Yeah.
it's mental.
Yeah. And then Nafuka, his last fight was against Ivan Butchinger, who he dropped and almost finished. It was Butchinger was what Cage Warriors champ, Octagon doubleweight champ. He's
Yeah,
one of their biggest stars over there. And Nafuka's last fight was a main event. Nafuka was ranked. He was in the game changer. Like I'm fighting people I shouldn't be fighting, and let's be honest, I'm paggering them. Like in
definitely.
the nicest way possible. Like it's not like the fight with Chikora wasn't competitive. The fight with
No.
the Fuka wasn't competitive. Like there was neither of them did anything to me. I'm just like, well, if these guys are really like these guys aren't doing anything to me, what you know? Like I'm showing me level how good I am because these are the guys that are supposed to be. Wow, these are the next level. These are the next up and comers. I'm just like, well, I smashed both of them like easily as well, comfortably. Like really didn't get out of third gear with even. Wasn't tired. I could have done another three rounds with both of them. Um, but like I said, I think it does come down to the IMAF because what it is in my head, like obviously fighting for like it's a puzzle. And like
Yeah,
when you're doing the IMAF, you get given a new opponent every day. So it's like, right, I've got 24 hours, maybe 26 if you're lucky, to figure this guy out. I need to know what he does. I need to break it down. And you can't get ready because you're trying to save your energy. So you
yeah,
can't actually do any physical prep. It's all, right, I've got, let's say, he's not even 24 because you've got to sleep, haven't you? So let's
Yeah,
say
yeah,
you've maybe got 18 hours to get ready for your next opponent. And I think that's really, really paid, like, it's really paid out for my career because of the fact I don't mind that. Because again, I can fight anyone. I'll find a way to break them down and beat them and find a way to win. So that, I think it's one of the reasons why I've got such a high fight IQ
yeah,
personally.
definitely.
I was able to adapt quickly.
Mm. And when you think about that, do you feel that you're close to getting near that title conversation now? It feels like physically and you've got all the tools to be there and compete at that level, like you say there. Do you think it's just about now getting the opportunity and getting those big fights to get you there?
Yeah, literally, I feel like I can beat anyone. I know I can beat anyone. Like I've proven it. I've proved it time and time again. I mean, people maybe like criticize me saying he don't get finishes. Yeah, I don't, but I'm still winning and I'm still smashing. I say I'm good value for money because you're getting three
Definitely.
rounds out of me. Do you know? You're getting 3 rounds out of me, so you're getting your money's worth out of me at least.
Definitely.
And I like Usman always says it because again, Usman wasn't a great finisher, but like I'm breaking people down over 3 rounds. There's no mistake. There's no luck. Like you can always land a lucky shot. Do you know what I mean? But you can't. 3 rounds of domination isn't luck.
Yeah.
Like that's getting your ass beat. You know. There's no way you can think it. And if you want to say, oh well, this, that, and the other, well, you're just pathetic, really, aren't you? Like like everyone's got their own style of fighting. Like I do think my style is fairly entertaining because I'm not like even when I do my takedowns, I'm still looking to do damage. I'm not looking to
Yeah.
hold. And I said that to the Fuku after the fight. It's like you hold too much. You're not doing any damage. Like it doesn't win. He was like, yeah, but I control you. I was like, you didn't really control me though. Every time you tried to punch me, I got up. So then he was like, if I take him down, I'm just going to hold him. And again, the judges just see that as you trying to stall, and he just couldn't understand. I'm just like, damage is number one.
Yeah. I
That's all I
think
think in my head.
everyone watching that fight, I think, could see that when you took him down or when you get into a dominant position, it was straight away looking for a finish,
Yeah.
looking for damage. And with him, it was kind of just, it felt like a bit of a wrestling match when he was in control a little bit. And looking ahead as well, you've obviously now you fought Dakota in his backyard, you fought Nafuka in his backyard. Selfishly, as someone who lives in England, is there any chance that your next one we might get you at home and get in front of a home crowd?
Well, we're just gonna have to see what happens. I personally, I love fighting in the UK, for
Yeah.
multiple reasons. I get to have Nando's after I've weighed in. That's a big one.
Can't complain.
No, I love a Nando's. I get a much bigger support. Again, like I say, I fought in two backyards of my two last opponents, and again, I think that's a good thing to get under your belt as well. Just like while we're
Definitely.
touching on it, because a lot of people like used. I didn't get booed, but like some people like used to not having a crowd in their favor. Do you know what I mean? Whereas I had about 17 people come to Brno and to Germany, but like it still sounded loud. But like then when his name got announced, it was like the whole stadium cheered because he's from Munich, isn't he? So it's
Yeah.
just like I was like, oh wow, I didn't remember thinking. I was like, I didn't think he was this popular in Munich. So I was like, oh my god. But like it didn't put me off one bit. Like a lot of people that can make them nervous, but it doesn't affect me in the slightest. I'm there to do a job and win. But selfishly, I'd love to be back in Hull. Not back in Hull. I would love. Imagine if Oktagon came to Hull, that'd be boss. That'd be
Yeah,
so fun.
mate.
But it'd probably be more Liverpool. Do you know what I mean? Like Shem, Dennis, Wolf Flurry. Do you know, Liverpool's a good
Yeah.
city to have all of them in. Um, again, with how popular fighting is within Liverpool, especially with Paddy and Molly. Um, even like Till, do you know, from when Till was in the UFC.
Yeah.
So selfishly, I would love to fight back in the UK, but we're just gonna see what happens, see what they say, and I'll just ride the wave.
Yeah. And just the final one for me. And again, I can't thank you enough for your time today, mate. How much pride did you have? Like you mentioned there, it was only 17 people or whatever, but you could even hear them on the TV broadcast. And after it, when you're doing your interview, seeing them all go mental, how much pride does it give you walking out and seeing that in the crowd?
It's amazing, isn't it? You know, like I always say to everyone, the only person I'm really ever bothered about coming to fights is my dad. Like that's the only person I'm really bothered about. Whoever comes to watch me, and I know obviously if you couldn't afford it, it's like it's one of them. Like
Yeah.
it can't be helped. But the fact that people are just paying their money, even to watch me, you know, online, is a big deal for me. Let alone coming to coming to a different country, paying for the flights, the hotel, the drinks, the food. You know, it makes me really happy because again, it shows people are behind me from my home, and it's really it's amazing. Like I always say, there's not many people who come from Hull who do well. Like Luke Campbell's maybe the last one,
Yeah.
but when someone is doing well, we do really get behind our own, and it's a really I think it's a great thing that we do.
Yeah, it's a special thing, mate. And I can't thank you enough for your time. It's been
Oh no,
a real
honestly,
pleasure to speak to you, man.
it's been great.
Thank you very much for your time today, mate. I wish you the best of
Oh,
luck for your next fight and hope
thank
to
you,
see you win
mate.
again, man. Thank you very much.
I'm obviously gonna win.
Yeah, come on.